Alright, so here's that mini bike I've been working on. It is pretty well done now. I just got a few little things to do to it. I kind of want to make a plate to go here because there was originally like a Manco Thunderbird decal there, but I got a few of these aluminum plates. I thought I'd paint one up, but I don't know. I might need to get the right primer. I think I got to have like an etching type primer. And I gotta scuff it up pretty good to get it to prime up. So I got that, and I don't know what I'll put on it. I was thinking maybe just a number, you know. So just something a little extra to make it a little different. So it is done now. I put that fender on there. I don't know if I'll leave it. That's the original fender, but I don't know. I just thought if I get in a little mud, it'll at least keep the bike decently clean, or at least the motor anyway. So I didn't think about it when I ride. This muffler here burns my leg because, you know, the pedal's right there. And I'm going to switch that muffler out. And I got this one here, and I got a little short straight pipe for it. So I don't know if it should fit in there. Once I get it all cranked down and tight, I ought to be able to make it fit pretty well. If that fender gets in the way, of course, I'll most likely remove it, but I guess we'll see. But I actually did ride this, and it runs good and everything. I got my kill switch wired up. But I hadn't thought that I hadn't rode a bike since I was a teenager. So, and it's not, and I'm sure I could ride a bike again. I just hadn't rode a motorcycle or nothing like that. So it is a little different, and I actually did take it out and I wrecked it the first day I drove it. You can see I bent the peg here on it, but I'll bend that back. It's not too big a deal as it sits, so I'll bend that back, no biggie. But really everything else on it I got fixed. I got my throttle hooked up down there. You can see the kind of the deep type of mechanism I used. Can't really see it, but I'll crank the throttle there. You can see I got a little connector there, so got that all hooked up, and I got my chain set, and everything's good on it, and it rides good. I had to make this bracket here because somebody cut this off originally, the bracket where your seat mounted, which is, I guess, good in a way because since I bought a smaller seat than was originally on it, I was able to move that bracket to where these shocks are pretty well straight up and down like they should have been with the longer seat. So that kind of worked out. I ended up not using the motor that I have over there. That one's going to end up needing new rings. It smokes quite a bit, so it's going to need some rings on it. So I got this one. This is actually a motor off a tiller, which it ended up being a lot better. And this one is like, this motor is just immaculate. I bought a tiller, which is in one of my previous videos, a 1986 tiller with all the original receipt and manual, and this motor is just in like perfect shape. There's like no rust on it besides that muffler there, and everything works. It just runs perfect. It's still got power. It's always been in the garage, kept since '86. It's been in the garage, so it's just a perfect motor. And I didn't modify anything on the motor. So if I ever do find a different motor, this one I'll actually put back on my tiller because the tiller's all original, and I'd like to actually put this back on as soon as possible. But that motor needs rings and stuff, and it just, as it sits right now, it just doesn't seem like it has the power that it should have. So, but anyway, this is a Craftsman 5 HP solid state, and I know a lot of the Craftsman motors are actually, the older ones were actually, or maybe it's newer, I'm not sure, were made by the Tecumseh, but this is actually a Briggs here. So it's pretty good, and you don't got to worry about too much on it. So parts are cheap, so which is of course the case with all Briggs 5 HP. So I thought I would kind of start it up for a minute so you could kind of hear it run. And see, of course myself, because I want to see if it's quieter with that muffler or with this one I'm going to put on it, which I imagine the one that's on it now is going to be a low tone type muffler, and it's probably going to be quite a bit quieter than this can type muffler. So But I'm not too worried about it being quiet. I mean, I do kind of want it quiet, but it's not such a big deal. As long as the muffler ain't burning the shit out of my leg, I guess. So, anyways, I'm going to try to lean this camera up and see if I can start it up real quick. And maybe we can hear it. Alright, so you can't really see the motor, but that's not the point. So we'll just start it up real quick. I'm pretty sure that's where my kill switch needs to be. Yep, that'll be about right. Maybe need to give it a little gas. Catch it already. May need to fix the bearings. I don't know. I hadn't had that problem, but anyway. I need to let it warm up before I rev it. Well, let it warm up, I guess. So anyway, that's what it sounds like with that muffler. I didn't want to rev it too much because I didn't want to engage that clutch and it take off. And I also didn't want to heat the muffler up too much since I'm just about to take it off. So I'll start it back up when I get the other muffler on here. Alright, so there it is. I think it looks a little bit better. It looks kind of cool. You know, it's going out the back now. So I think that'll be quite a bit better. And now we're going to see how it sounds. So I'll set the camera up here and I'll start her up. So I think it sounds quite a bit better. More like a mini bike and not just like a quiet little mower. So I think that'll be it for now. But I'll kind of move the bike out here and then I can kind of go around it and let you see it more. Since I really hadn't showed it since it was just the frame. Because I did just pick this up as just the frame out of the junkyard. Just the frame, forks, and tires and rims, of course. So it's pretty well done. I don't know if I'm going to leave those handlebars, and the only reason I got them on there now is because it has this kill switch mount there, and I really didn't have to want to have to put it somewhere inaccessible. So those bars up there are the ones that came with it, and I think I showed them in another video, but I've actually cut them down now, so they're not as bad as they were. And when I had them on here before I got those in the mail, it actually looked pretty good. I mean, they were unpainted, of course, but it looked pretty good. And if it had the mount on there, I might have used them. But for now, I'm sticking with these because they are the originals, and they got that kill switch mount on there. So there's the mini bike. If you got any questions, just leave a comment, and I'll try to answer them. This is my first mini bike. I picked up that go-kart, not too long ago, and I ended up kind of getting into it, and it's kind of something fun to drive. So I thought a mini bike would be pretty sweet too. Definitely not for the kids though, I don't think, at least not till they're quite a bit older, because like I said, even I wrecked it. It just, I was just driving it, and I wasn't used to using that brake on there, and I ended up just putting my feet down, and my feet went out from underneath me, and I ended up throttling it, because the throttle twists back towards the driver, and Superman my feet out from underneath me, and it just pretty much dragged me into the ditches. So I'd hate for one of my kids to get on here, and it wouldn't be pretty. So I guess that's it for now. Thought I'd show you too. I already got to put some new tires on here on the front, which I wanted to replace them anyway. I want to get knobby tires, but until I get those, I'll just put some more lawnmowers on here. But on both sides, they're just coming apart. You can see right there. On both sides here, they're splitting apart. So I'm gonna put some other ones. You can see I got the same ones on my mower here. So I'm gonna just put some more back on there until I can get a chance to order them. And this would be what I'd actually like to get. And this tire would fit that go-kart, but of course it's only one of them, and I'd rather keep it on here for now. But I'd like to get two of them just like that, and I think those would look pretty good on there, a lot better than just the lawnmower tires that are on there, which most go-karts do have those lawnmower tires rather than knobbies, but they look better with the knobbies. But anyway, let me know what you think. I put quite a bit of time into this and ordering parts and stuff, so I don't know what I spent total, but I paid $50 for the frame. Of course, I paid, now that I put that motor on there, it's kind of more of an expense because I did get that motor completely free. So now that I got this one on here, it's a bit more of an expense because I did pay $50 for the tiller, which I guess if you split it in half and you can count a $25 for the frame, $25 for the motor, I got $50 in the frame and tires, $25 in the motor. That seat was $25 with 9 shipping. Those handlebars, I paid $50 for them shipped, which they are the originals. It kind of seems high priced, but I guess it's not if you take into account that they are the originals, and you don't see them too often. I definitely didn't see any on eBay. Then I had to get those shocks and the seat bracket that seat's on that connects to those shocks. And I also got that plastic fender, which, that fender wasn't probably much added to the cost. But those shocks and stuff in that seat bracket were $60 shipped, which actually I think I'm getting $10 of that back because it was only $10 to ship it. Or maybe that was for the handlebars, I'm not sure. One of them I'm getting $10 back because they said it was cheaper to ship it than they thought. So, but then I ordered the grips. Those were about $23. I ordered a few miscellaneous things. I put all new bearings in it. It's got, there's spindles on the front because there was a bunch of sloppy spindle or spacers in the front there, so ordered that stuff. But I'd say all in all, I got about $350 into it, which I really don't think I could go out and buy a decent running mini bike with everything perfectly working on it, brand new clutch for $350 or at least not get anything what I wanted. At least this way it's pretty well everything I need and everything I wanted. So, but anyway, I'm going to take this out and ride it, and I really couldn't make a video of that because I'm using an iPhone and I don't have the mount for it yet. I did set up this camera, and I may actually put that out there because I got a tripod, but it's not going to be HD. So, but I'll try to do that, and if the video quality is not as good, I'm sorry, but at least you'll get to see me ride it a little bit. Hopefully I'm going to try to drive it a little bit slow. That way I can kind of work the brake and figure out how, to ride it. Because like I said, I did wreck it and wipe out, and I didn't get hurt, but I slid on the side through the grass and everything, and it kind of sucked. But the wife got a kick out of it, so I guess that's all that matters. So anyways, we'll see what happens. Alright, so here we go. Looks like I got about 3 minutes of video on here. I haven't deleted much off here lately. It's been in the garage. So I'm going to try to keep everything in the shot. You can see I got a bit of room, but I'm not going to be here moving the camera, so I'll try to ride in frame. Here we go. Alright, so that new muffler stinks pretty bad. Stinks pretty bad until it burns that shit off there. So, but I think it runs better and sounds better too. And I'm actually leaning into the turns now, so that helps. I wasn't before. I was just kind of going straight and hoping it would frickin' turn. So, man, that shit stinks on that muffler burning off there. Alright, so I'm going to upload this video. Hopefully the quality's not too bad, you know. So, have a good one.